and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a full face of first impressions. So I've got some Revolution stuff, some XX stuff, Too Faced, ABH. So I've got a mixture of goodies to try. Everything apart from my concealer is a first impression for me, so I'm super excited. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's first start off with my primer. I got this mini size Hangover FX primer from Too Faced. I thought we would just jump in and use this. I know this is a lot of people's favourites. I've actually never tried it, so I'll be interested to know if it's any good. I want to jump in and use the Urban Decay Hydro Manic foundation, and then I'm just going to go into my XX concealer. Again, not a first impression, but we will get there. So if you guys had seen my Conceal and Glow unboxing, I think it was, by Revolution, you know this was in one of the mystery boxes type of thing. So I'm just going to cream contour with this. And I'm going to use this Real Techniques Precise Foundation brush just to put the cream contour on my face. Now we're just going to go into the Roxy blending sponge and blend it out. Just want to see if it blends out nice or whether it kind of goes kaput. I know Revolution was trying to get rid of a lot of stock, so I don't know if this was just in that because they wanted to get rid of it because people just didn't like it. I know a lot of people are into like the stick cream contours now and things like that rather than like a big palette, and I obviously know that there's better cream contours out there rather than like this palette. See, I have no issue with the way that's blended out. I think it's blended out quite nice onto my skin. Maybe it's just like an old product that people have forgotten about and then other things have came along that are better. The next thing I'm going to go into, which you would have seen on my January makeup buys, is this Benefit Silky Mattifying Powder. And I thought we could just set my under eyes and like dust around my face. So you must have to do this and then open it. Oh no. It's like not coming out at all. I have to like turn it upside down. I don't know if you have to like turn it upside down and get the product onto the brush once you've turned it upside down. That's weird. Let's hope the product's good because I'm not really a fan of that component. And I'm just going to push this into my skin quite softly. What I'm going to do with this is just pour it into this tin here, just because I don't really know how you're meant to get it out because it's not coming out on the brush either, so I've just popped some into here. It's definitely like mattified my skin. It's not clung too much to my dry patches either. I quite enjoyed that. I'm just not really a fan of the component. And then for my bronzer, I'm going to go into this Bronzer Hearts. It's called the Hot Summer of Love I Heart Revolution. This on the inside, I have to be careful because this one falls out of the like box. This is super pigmented. Oh. This is really dark on my skin, so I'm definitely going to have to go in with my sponge and kind of diffuse that down. I'll just finish the rest off and then I'll use the bronzer. For my blusher, I'm going to use this Heartbreakers blush in Independent. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's super pretty. It's like a dark and a peachy pink, and I'm going to go use this with, if I can find the brush, I'm going to use this on my M016 brush, and I'm going to go into both of the colours and obviously press off the rest of the pigment.
Just really lightly, just
I think definitely as I've liked blush a bit more, I definitely like a more intense blush than before. So I quite like to build up the colour. If you guys watched my January buys, you would have seen I picked this up off Alexandria, and it is the ABH Nicole Guerrero highlighter palette. So it looks like this. And I'm going to jump into this with my Morphe, what's this brush called? 510. And I think I'm going to go into this shade called Forever Young, which is just here. So what I'm going to go do, I'm going to grab an eyeshadow palette that I haven't tested yet. So as you can see, my eyes are now prepped with the P. Louise eye base. It's not new, so I didn't really want you guys to have to watch me do the same thing 1,000 times over. I thought we would test out the Red Velvet Cookie Shadow Palette by I Heart Revolution. You guys would have seen this in my January buys, which look how pretty this looks. So we're going to swatch all these shades. So these are the swatches from the Red Velvet Cookie palette. They're okay, I'm not blown away by them, but I feel like I want to test it out because sometimes they perform not as well swatch wise and they'll do really nice on the eyes. So let's jump on into that. So I think I'm going to jump into this green shade here. And I'm going to use a Morphe 330 brush. And I wonder if I can use this palette. Yeah, we'll use this palette. And I'm going to take this quite high up. It's applying really nicely, to be fair. Very pigmented. And I just kind of want to get this in a V. The only thing is there's not really a shade that can go above that green. So I'm really going to have to try and blend this out so it is nice and diffused. And then I think I'm going to take this deep brown shade here and just apply this to my outer V. This brown shade is taking a bit more work to blend out. It's not as easy as that green. However, it's not losing any colour when I'm blending it out. Yeah, this brown shade is taking quite a while to blend out. It's not the easiest. So I realised I didn't swatch this middle shade. So let's swatch this. And that's how it looks on my finger. And that's how it looks there. I think I'm going to take this gold shade here. And I'm just going to go onto this with my Snow White Essence brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this just the closest, like the inner part of my eye, not so much like where you place a highlight, but just here, just to lighten it up a tiny bit. So I'm going to take this Morphe, what is it, Morphe 433 brush, and I'm going to go back into that dark brown shade just so I can deepen up that outer crease a tiny bit more. Then I'm going to apply this shade here to my brow bone and inner corner. You know what, I actually really enjoy this. I wish this colour here that I used to highlight was a bit more like pink toned. It's very, like it's got orange, like an orange tint to it. Although I'm not annoyed, but I'm actually really digging this look. There's not, the only downside I think to this palette is that there's not many matte shades, so you're kind of limited on the amount of looks you can kind of do with two mattes, but I think it's a cute palette. I like the idea of it and I like the look I've come up with. Obviously that brown took a while to blend out, so if you don't mind that, then I think you'll quite enjoy this palette for like the look of it. It's quite cute. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera quickly, do my other eye, apply some lashes, and then we'll come back. So I've obviously done my other eye. I didn't want to apply some lashes just because I have got a new mascara to test, and it is a Revolution one. It's called the Extension Lash Lengthening Mascara. So it looks like that. I do actually have the new 5D one, but I really want to do a full face of testing like new in Revolution products. So I want to keep it for that. So that has definitely lengthened my mascara. So that has definitely lengthened my eyelashes. It's not my favourite mascara. I am really picky just because I like mine to be quite thick instead of lengthening. So that is my fault obviously on that end for this mascara. It is decent. I'll keep using it, but it's not my favourite. Let's jump into my under eyes, and I think we're going to jump into that green shade that I first used, so this one, and we're just going to lightly go underneath my eyes. So to lightly go underneath my eyes, we are going to use the M08 brush by Molly O'Brien. So that's how it's looking so far, obviously with that green underneath. I'm just going to apply some lashes to my bottom. Looking so far, it is super cute. I actually have really enjoyed creating this look. I've never really played with like khaki greens, but it's one of my favourite like colours to wear on myself for clothes, so I should definitely play around with these, well, with these colours a bit more. Just because I want to keep this quite subtle and just apply a gloss. I'm going to use this Barry M lip plumper, and it is called That's Swell. I've never actually used this before. You guys will see tomorrow that I've got a full face of first impressions, and there is some brand new products in that video that you guys will see if I've enjoyed or not. So we're just going to apply this all over my lips. It's got like a sweet taste, like it tastes like a sweet. I don't know what one that is. But yeah guys, this is the finished look. I've really enjoyed everything, to be honest. There's not really one thing that I haven't enjoyed. I will point out to you though that I'm not really a fan of this component. I'm going to have to read up on how you actually use this, because surely there's a better way than the way I've used it. One thing that has stood out to me is probably using this. I thought it was going to be quite gimmicky, but I still wanted to buy it and test it. I've really enjoyed using this, so let me know if you want me to test out the other three and give you my thoughts on that. I will do that in one video, I think, rather than testing them out in separate ones, because it'll take a bit too long to get them all out. As well, this Revolution bronzer, go in with a light hand if you're pale like me and want to get this, because obviously I had to diffuse a lot of it on my face, and this is burning my lips. Oh, I don't know whether it's plumping it, but it's definitely giving me that like lip tingling feeling. I feel like I've got pins and needles. But I'm in love with the eye look. I'm definitely think I'm going to start playing around with like greens and things a bit more. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Obviously, if you have, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Thank you.